Okay, you guys. So, hopefully, you saw the video before this one about understanding puppy, how puppy functions. So, now we're going to go into Coercion, and this is the part where Puppy and Zena bo- bombard Snowflake with message after message after message, and I believe this is 3 days before meeting up with Snowflake, and you could tell that Snowflake has a bad feeling about the whole meetup. It's trying to tell him like, no, I don't want to meet up with you guys. I changed my mind. So it was like a nonstop barrage of wall of tags from these two. Anyways, and again, Star is gonna be reading this, and here we go.
Here are the DMs right after that stream, okay? Lady Diabolique, which is basically one of Poppy's alters, if you will, okay? That's lame. Apparently, we were on stream and I was vaguely talking about how happy I was with my new relationship, as well as the mental illness I've been dealing with. Apparently, Sage saw this and got super triggered and started having ideation, so we had to check to see if she was safe, and she is, but apparently, my ex, Melina, a friend of ours, told them before anyone else knew that Sage was safe. We have no idea how she got that information before any of us. No.
I know there's going to be a lot of side characters in this one. What do you expect? Everybody is, what is that called? Polyamorous. Of course, it's going to be even more extra side characters than normal. But the main ones that you really need to pay attention to is Snowflake, Puppy, and Zena. Even though the side characters kind of like fill in the stories, but just remember the main three characters.
Flake says weird. Diabolique says, yeah, it irritates me. I kept things vague on stream, but Mylena is harping, saying that I ignore Sage for you and I caused this, which I did not. Then Noe Flake says, I have no idea, love. Diabolique says, no worries. It is just more nonsense. I'm focusing on the positive. Getting to snuggle you soon. Snuggles you closely. Cringe. Sorry you are busy. Darling, I love you. Noe Flake says, I love you too. Diabolique says, talk in the morning. Noe Flake says, I do have plans in the morning, but I don't think it will last all morning. I should be able to talk after 12. I will let you know if that changes. Within 2 minutes to going from talking about a near attempt to snuggle. Diabolique says, sounds good. Then I will just send good mornings and random stuff. Respond as you are able. Talking at noon sounds nice. Noe Flake says, okay, love. Diabolique says, and thank you for being clear with me. That means a lot. Noe Flake sends these emojis in response. Diabolique says, I appreciate the time you give me, love. I hope your plans are fun, and I will send love and memes. Hugs. Night. Gosh, you are so good. I love you so much. Noe Flake says, night, night.
And remember, at this point, these guys only met each other and talking in Discords and Twitter. They never really met each other in real life. And they've just, I guess, decided to become partners 3 months prior. So keep that in mind.
I love you too. Then Diabolique messages again at 3:16 a.m. 2:40 a.m. Then this is 3:16 a.m. So that's less than an hour. Hi, Mom. I can't sleep. I love you. Noe Flake replies, love you too, kiddo. Lady Diabolique says, hugs you. I know you were busy. I just had thoughts come up and I got scared.
And also remember, Noe Flake always stays by the name Noe Flake on the screen in these DMs, messages, whatever you want to call them. And all these multiple names that you are hearing Star say, those are all Poppy. Poppy's trying to find a way, different ways to keep Snowflake conversation going. So Snowflake is trying to get off, this chat log, whatever, to go to sleep. Poppy's like, oh no, she's gonna go to sleep. Hold up, let me switch up on that to another character so she keeps on talking to me. The whole thing is so fucking ridiculous. I cannot with these two. I cannot. What I mean, these two, I mean Poppy and Zena. It's ridiculous.
Hugs you tightly, buries face in your neck, rubs your back. I'm here, love. I got scared because I thought about the trip going bad and you not wanting to be with us. I know we can't talk about stuff, but I just feel like I am going to mess up and ruin things. Noe Flake says, you'll be perfectly fine, love. I'm excited to see you all. Oh God, I know. But so much is riding on these trips. What if you hate us? What if Body sucks at adult stuff? What if Penny says something dumb? Noe Flake says, I don't hate you though, you know that. If Penny says something dumb, I'll boop her nose. And the body stuff isn't a big deal to me, I just want to snuggle, anyone can snuggle. I bet you're great snugglers. Diabolique says, I'm a great snuggler. Noe Flake says, see, perfect. Diabolique says, I just don't want to mess things up because then if I do, then Penny and Poppy will be mad. Noe Flake says, you won't, love. Diabolique says, and people can be bad at things. What if
You want to know the most insane thing now I'm realizing this is that Poppy is referring herself in three different people. You know, she's talking about herself in three different people. Like, it's so bizarre.
Poppy's bad at adult stuff, like really bad at it? Or what if Penny says something really dumb? What if Peppermint freaks you out? Or what if ZZ gets all PMDDY? I don't know what that means. I just don't want to ruin this because then you're never going to want us. Noe Flake says, I can handle all of that. Diabolique says, I want my mom and I want you in my life and I don't like you far away, so I don't know what to do. And then
So I think that is Pepper or Peppermint. What is, anyways, one of the alters is 12 and they're talking about doing adult stuff. Like, you guys, just think about how icky this whole thing it is, what Poppy's doing. Like, it's so gross. It's like, so Pepper or Peppermint wants to do adult stuff with Noe Flake. And then also at the same time, it's referring to Noe Flake as mom. Like, this whole thing is so sick, you guys.
Noe Flake says, I have Max. And then sends this email. Noe Flake sends some hearts. And then Diabolique says, can you just make sure that when you're making decisions that you're judging us on a curve? Because you don't know what's as long as you know other people. And I'm afraid that's kind of hurt our chances of getting to be with you. And I don't like that. So I don't want to make sure that we're grading on a curve just like college. She sends some voice message. Noe Flake says, I am love, I am. Oh, PMDD is premenstrual dysphoria disorder. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Ice Beans. Noe Flake says, complicated is my typical life, lol. No worries, I love you, kiddo. Oh, wait, here it is. I forgot to read this part, sorry. Diabolique says, okay, I just wanted to be fair because we have a lot more moving parts and stuff because we have like ZZ and we have a system that you have like very real relationships with every member except for Peppermint because you just met Peppermint. And yeah, I just am afraid.
Okay, now we just got a clarification. Peppermint Patty, I kid. Peppermint is the 12-year-old alter that Poppy came up with. All of Poppy's alter starts with the letter P. I guess she thinks she's a Kardashian with the letter K's. So we got Poppy, we got Pepper, and we got Peppermint. That's what I'm aware of right now.
That we're not going to be enough or too complicated for you, but I should let you get back to work. I love you and I'm sorry to bother you. I just didn't know who else to talk to because I was talking to ZZ, but hearing from you makes me feel better. Noe Flake says, complicated is my typical life, lol. No worries, I love you, kiddo. And then Diabolic says, I know, but we're really complicated and I want ... Never mind. Could I ask you to say something if it's true for you and if it feels okay? And then Noe Flake says, and then Diabolique says, could you tell me that you like the idea of being with us? That the idea actually interests you? I'm not saying you have to make any decisions or anything, but I just want to know you actually like the idea of being in a family with us, because it's so hard to tell. Noe Flake says, I do like the idea and it does interest me, yes. Diabolique says, okay, that means a lot, because we love you a lot, and again, I don't need a decision, I just wanted to know that there's more to you considering us than just fairness. Jesus Christ, dude. Noe Flake says, sometimes certain words or ways things are phrased make my brain think there's a catch or something to it. So I'm sorry if I react weird sometimes. Not
You see, even Noe Flake picked up on there was something was off with these two. Should have listened to your gut instinct. No, should have listened to your gut instinct. But and again, if you did, wouldn't have this spectacular drama. If you know I'm behind on this drama, I'm all in for it. Better late to the party than never, right? I appreciate the drama, but you should have listened to your gut instinct also at the same time.
this, I mean in general. And Lady Diabolique says, okay, that makes sense. All I want to know is that you actually like us and that you are interested in wanting to be with us. I don't need a decision because I know you have a hard one. But I just wanted to know that you genuinely are interested in the idea and want to spend time with us to figure it out. Because if you were just doing it because you felt like you had to, then that probably would mean that you really didn't want to be with us. And I don't like that idea, so I wanted to ask. Thank you for telling me. ZZ says I have to go to bed now. Thank you for indulging me, and I love you, and I really appreciate that you're interested in wanting to be in a family with us, because I would really like to be in a family with you. God, dude, this online family is so stupid and cringe, you know? And just so you guys know, that remember, Lady Diabolique accuses Noe Flake of raping her later, okay? Noe Flake says, Go to bed, kiddo. I love you so much. Okay, so Lady Diabolique says, good night, Mom. I love you. You're a really good mom. Noe Flake gives these emotes back. Lady Diabolique says, night, night. Good morning, my love. Okay, this is the morning now, 9:33 a.m. I love you. Good morning, darling. I love you too. This person goes to sleep at like 4 a.m. and wakes up at 9. Okay, this is the
Jesus. So they were exchanging all these messages with No Flake until 4 o'clock in the morning. They're back at it at 9 in the morning. They were really in a mission to like wear No Flake down, like to make him insane that they were easy to manipulate because they don't want to give him enough time for clarity. Because they realized like No Flake was wobbling and questioning the meetup. They picked up on that. So it's like, you know what? Let's just bombard her with a wall of tags until the day we meet, basically.
morning. How's your morning? Noe Flake says, good so far. Diabolique says, what you up to? Noe Flake says, plans should be starting soon though. Lady Diabolique says, can I know said plans? Noe Flake says, it's a date morning with Sora. Lady Diabolique says, oh. Noe Flake says, was that bad? Should I have asked for a green light? Oh my god, what a drama queen.
Okay, so Sora is No Flake's other partner. So you're about ready to see a little bit of jealousy from Pipey here. Pipey's not gonna be happy about this whole entire thing. If you know, remember, they're all in a polycule together. They're all polyamorous. But yeah.
This person is. Okay, so this is the part where it's a date morning with Sora. Lady Diabolique says, oh. Noe Flake says, was that bad? Should I have asked for a green light? Lady Diabolique says, was that bad? No. Should you have asked for a green light? Probably. ... Because I just woke up. Should I probably just go away? Yes. Pro tip, normally you'll say what the plans are unless it's with a partner, in which case you'll just say plans. If one of your partners is involved, it becomes vague. Sorry, I didn't want to upset you with partner stuff. Lady Diabolique says, I mean, I am upset now, but that's besides the point. My only request is that this weekend is that you be mindful. Noe Flake says, yeah, of course. And LD is a poppy system, right? Yes, LD is a poppy system. Lady Diabolique says, I really didn't like when we were on the date and you were super distracted.
Okay, you guys, we're going to be learning together. So what I learned is that a system is your other personalities, or as Pipey likes to put it, your headmates. So Pipey has 3, including herself, the actual Pipey, 4 headmates. I don't know how she keeps up with them. More power to her. But a system is your other personalities. That's what I was trying to get at.
But yeah, next time just ask for green light and tell me about it ahead of time instead of just dropping the bomb 3 minutes before it happened. I don't mind hearing that you're going out with Sora, but finding out when I just woke up is not my favorite. Especially when this is a person who is like the main rival for what I want. So if your plans aren't
Do you guys notice the language? A rival. It's Papi, you are in a polyamorous relationship. What do you mean a rival? To me, a rival would be if the girl of your dreams starts seeing somebody else while you're trying to date them, and then that other guy or girl ends up with the girl of your dream. That's a rival. You are in an open relationship. You are in a polyamorous relationship. What do you mean? This is why people kept on telling Papi, you are not meant to be in a poly relationship. And Papi would get snappy and be like, well, I don't care. And again, Papi just wants a harem. Papi does not want a polyamorous relationship. She just wants a harem, point blank, period.
starting yet, my guess is that you won't be available at noon. So I guess just let me know if you have any time before you go to bed. I haven't really got to talk to you much saying for yesterday, and that was just play. And Noe Flake says, okay, I'll let you know. Lady Diabolique says, okay, so you won't be available at noon, is that correct? Noe Flake says, I don't know yet. Lady Diabolique says, okay, then don't tell me noon next time. Noe Flake says, wow. Lady Diabolique says, the whole point is to have a concrete time, not just a random time thrown out. I really appreciate you trying to do the thing last night, but if you don't understand why a concrete time matters, then it makes things difficult. Lady Diabolique replies to Noe Flake's wow and says, what? You told me noon, which I took as a concrete time. I barely...
Also remember, the beginning of this conversation, I believe No Flake said, I should be free, not that I will be free or I will be available. Papi was never given a solid time when No Flake would be available. And also remember that Poppy lives with Zena. So this fight is going back and forth while your partner is sitting there like, I guess probably that day Zena had a headache. I don't know. Like this whole entire thing is so absurd and ridiculous. I mean, I know there's some people who are into this whole poly thing. More power to you guys. Like honestly, more power to you guys.
Got to talk to you this week because you've been so busy, and I won't be able to talk much tonight because I'm going to be packing. If they're like not each other's primary partners or only partners, this interaction makes no sense.
Well said, Star. That's what I was trying to get at. It's like Poppy is acting like Snowflake is out there cheating on her. I mean, so what I'm confused too is, so if you're the primary partner, does that mean that you can talk to other people either? That does not make any sense because you're all in a poly. Make this shit make sense. The moment I think I understand what's going on, and then I end up with more questions. Jesus.
Feel a little bit frustrated. And again, there was no ask of a green light, so I just kind of got this dumped on me right before popping in the shower. I don't want you to be distracted during your date because I don't like it when you did that to me, so I'm going to go. Can you please give me a concrete time when you will be done, or is that not possible? Noe Flake says, it's not possible. I said noon, but there's a possibility of it being longer. She's in her 40s. Yeah, she's in her 40s. It's crazy. Lady Diabolique says, okay then. Don't tell me noon next time because that is not a concrete time. That is a hypothetical time, but it sounds like you're going to go longer, which means that if it goes any longer, you're going to be going to bed soon. If I don't play yesterday was the only morning I'd really get to talk to you, I would have shut it down. I don't know what that sentence means. I barely have been able to talk with you or share how excited I've been about the trip. So I guess let me know when you're done. And I'm kind of officially pissed off. Have a great day. Love you.
I mean, what does she mean she didn't get the chance to tell Noe how excited they were to see them? Guys, am I losing it? The night before, we just, Star just read the messages of Pipey and the three other alters telling Noe Flake that how excited they were to meet up with them. Like, you're gonna tell this person the same shit every day? Lord Jesus. I mean, at this point, honestly, like, you should have just like stood your ground and been like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. And just like completely stood your ground. This is insanity.
Now the real questions, did you go on Do Not Disturb because Sora showed up or because you're upset with me? Talk to you later. Tell she's just hammering messages, yeah. One final thought, and then I'll leave you be, as I was planning on doing because I didn't want to interrupt your date. I was really happy last night when you used the tools that we had talked about, but this kind of f***ed it up. The whole point of having a concrete time is that I know when you're coming back. But that time was never concrete. It was just a random time you threw out to placate me. So it kind of all went out the window a little bit. I appreciate the attempt, but the whole point is for me to know that you want me and that you're coming back. And right now, I don't feel wanted. I feel jump scared and I feel upset. You should have asked for a green light and you should have told me about this yesterday. That would have given me time to come to terms with it and did not bother you today. But you were vague and...
I mean, come to terms with what, Puppy? You're in a poly relationship. Your partners have partners, their partners have partners. It's like this whole messy circle. You don't need time to get used to anything. Like she's not your primary. Even though they say your primaries have their own partners, it's all confusing. But no flake does not owe Puppy shit. But as you're gonna see, like Puppy's trying to start a fight this is busy work. Basically, this is stupid and busy work to keep Noe distracted so that way they will not leave to spend time with the other partner. Sora, whatever that person's name is.
Didn't understand what I actually was asking you to do. This isn't level 42 behavior. Yeah, this is level 16 behavior. I like how controlling Poppy is of someone they haven't met in person yet. Yeah. Okay. Where was I on this thing? I lost my place. Let's see. I guess let me know when you're done because right now I am so upset. I don't even know if I want to do this trip because hearing about Sora right before I come out to see you kind of sucks. I love you and I hope you have fun. Genuinely do, but we're not okay. Okay. Lady Diabolique now messages at 11:23 a.m. Ah, dude. I have spent the morning arguing with Poppy on your behalf and then this happens. Not cool, Moth. Please don't quote tweet the friend who lied repeatedly and nearly got Poppy hurt. I still hold that this person has no reason to still be around and you sharing material from that negligent wreck is gross. How does one feel jump scared? I don't know. I'll be fronting the rest of the day and Poppy deserves a genuine apology for this stuff because right now, Pepper and I are the reason the trip is still happening. One,
Okay, like, let's be for real. This trip is happening because Papi wants to make this trip happening. Forget about the fake altars that she came up with. This trip is happening because Papi is trying to conquer No Flake. And I why does No Flake has to apologize for what? For whom? No, we understand that she's in a poly relationship. Papi is the one who doesn't seem to understand that they're in a poly relationship. Nobody does not owe Papi shite.
You didn't understand the requests around planning and should have given better notice and asked for a green light. 2. Nothing Amy related, period. This was the agreement and what you said when you ended things with her. That post is a
Okay, Amy is a former partner of Noe. I think it's 2 videos back that this was covered when Papi was buzzing out because Papi could not help herself. She went snipping and saw that Noe Flake was flirting with her other partner, Amy. So Papi threatened to take her life and made Noe break up with Amy. So this is in reference to that person. Yeah, I know this whole thing is so convoluted. It's ridiculous, but it is too funny to me. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry.
direct violation of that agreement. Please delete the tweet. It was inappropriate. Thank you. Please fix this, Penny. What the? She's pretending to be one of the alts that's a teenage boy when she calls Noe Flake mom. Ah, dude. I can't see this tweet very well. Oh, you know what? Here it is. Here's the tweet. My friend's pizza strap. Well, I think there's a party happening.
Oh boy. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this, but apparently Papi is very, very extra hypersexual individual. So yeah.
Amy, it's a quote tweet of Amy saying twink plus hole plus hats. Well, I've never been against hats. For us, it's just statistically likely given how many twinks I seem to attract by pure chance. Yeah, and then she quote tweeted this, my friends, pizza, strap, ... well, ... I think there's a party happening, ... And then Lady Diabolique replies to this. The entire exchange is a jump.
Also, as a reminder, in case you missed it, Lady Diabolique, all of these, except with the exception of Amy, Lady Diabolique, Pepper, Peppermint Patty, whoever, whatever, they're all Papi. So imagine creating Twitter handles and Twitter accounts for all of your personalities. God, I hate it here.
Scare. Oh my god. You do know that when this loads, you can see who the person is briefly, even if we have each other mutually blocked. And then Noe Flake says, Lady Diabolique replies, I need Haley to apologize for this and take ownership for it. Poppy is Poppy is back splitting hard because of her screw-ups. I wouldn't be so harsh, but Poppy got double whammied in one morning, and I need that tweet deleted as it is in direct violation of Haley's agreement with Poppy. Bro, making her delete a tweet. This shit is not okay and might torpedo the trip. These were massive ups. And the day before we leave, Poppy should have given adequate warning and a green light, and that tweet shouldn't exist. Poppy should have been given adequate warning and a green light. Noe Flake replies, don't come down. Lady Diabolique.
There it is. So Noe tells Papi, Diabolique, whoever, all Papi, telling them, you know what, I changed my mind. I don't want to meet you guys. Don't come to see me. And remember, they're like 8 hours from each other, so they're going to drive down to meet up with Noe. And now Noe's telling them, like, I'm getting bad feelings from this. Just forget the whole thing. Cancel it. Don't come down. So this is where it gets interesting.
Says, what? Noe Flake replies, Haley is an absolute wreck as well from all of this. These people need to be studied in the lab. Jesus Christ, dude. Lady Diabolique says, I mean, she kind of dropped the ball hard. I am sorry she's a wreck, but she did this to herself, and she was asked for very specific requests, and she broke both of them. Dude, the way that all these standards that she has for Noe Flake, somebody she hasn't even met yet, all these standards she asked for, and all these requirements she has for people, is very similar to how she treated her daughter. Or her child, Spawn. I can't get past her bullying via altars too. Yeah, that's a good point. It is familiar. I still want to see both of you don't be like that. I don't think this is going to be possible from Noe Flake. Lady Diabolique says, what isn't? Max. Noe Flake says, it's constant breaking stress on this body and mind. Lady Diabolique says, we are still coming down. Max, stop.
And you're seeing here, like, Noe is telling Papi, like, listen, I don't want you guys to come to me, to visit me, whatever. You're stressing me out. It's unnecessary. I don't need this BS. Just stay your asses at home. But yeah, they're gonna keep Zena and Papi are gonna keep on pushing to make sure that this trip is definitely happening.
Noe Flake says at this point it has to stop. Lady Diabolique says, listen, this can be fixed, but I need help. Can I call? Please. Noe Flake says, no. Lady Diabolique says, why? Please, I'm trying to fix this. Please don't shut me out. I'm still coming tomorrow, please. Noe Flake says, fixing what? Lady Diabolique says, the situation. Noe Flake says, there's barely anything here. Lady Diabolique says, that isn't true. We love her. Noe Flake says, it is true. Lady Diabolique says, Max, stop, please. This hurts. Noe Flake says, I know, I'm sorry. Lady Diabolique says, no, stop. Noe Flake says, I really wish I didn't need to do this either. Then Noe Flake misses a call from Lady Diabolique. Max, we want to see you. See Haley. We need to fix this. Noe Flake says, I don't think it will go well at all. I appreciate Noe Flake trying to stop meeting Poppy. Poppy is a huge bully to anybody she interacts with. What is happening? This is Discord DMs before they meet Noe Flake, before Poppy meets Noe Flake. Noe Flake says, I don't think it will go well at all. Lady Diabolique says she didn't go by the agreements. We do. Please just listen. Max, please listen to us. It will be okay. We are just dealing with Poppy and trying to fix things.
So you guys, you see what I mean? So Papi is using her altars into getting people and trying to get people to do what she wants them to do. When it backfires, it's like, oh no, it wasn't me, it was this other person, it was this other altar. It's like, Papi, was still you. In the end, it was still you who did it. And now, okay, so let's see what other personality is gonna come and try to fix this whole mess that Papi herself created, basically.
We are still coming out tomorrow. Noe Flake says there's far too much resentment, stress, fighting, possessiveness. It isn't possessiveness from Lady Diabolique. Noe Flake says it's not something this body and mind can handle. Lady Diabolique says we need people to hold to agreements, please. Please, listen to me. Noe Flake says we tried that and we were instantly criticized for even trying. Lady Diabolique says no, we didn't. Your try was good. It just needs work, please. Noe Flake says we were chastised for our attempts every time we attempt anything. We're chastised over and over. What's the age difference here again? I don't know. I don't know how old Noe Flake is in this. Lady Diabolique says that isn't true and we have celebrated your successes, please. Listen to me. It is Pepper. No one else. Just me, please. Noe Flake says I know. Lady Diabolique says we can't lose you. She is my mom. Please listen. Give us another chance.
This is so exhausting. So now, to get Noe Flake to sympathize and take Papi back, now she created the Pepper personality, the 12-year-old. The 12-year-old now is the mom. And from seeing some of interviews that Noe Flake, after the whole debacle thing happened, she said that this interaction here was the first time that they met Pepper, the 12-year-old altar. So I guess Papi is just creating altars at the whim to fit the narrative, I guess. I don't know. This is exhausting. Papi is exhausting. I don't know how people do it.
Noe Flake is like early 20s. Poppy is 42. Jesus. Lady Diabolique says, we can fix this, please. We don't. We love her. Please let me fix this. Noe Flake says, I don't think there's any way to fix it. It's too broken. Lady Diabolique says, please listen, it is not. Noe Flake says, it is. Lady Diabolique says, it isn't. You're just being overprotective. Let me talk to my mom, please. She is my mom. Let me talk to her. Noe Flake says, we're both here. Lady Diabolique says, Mom, please don't do this. Let me call. I want to talk and fix this. Noe Flake says, I have to do it, kiddo. Lady Diabolique says, no, please, we love you. Are you breaking up with Poppy and Penny right before the trip? Please don't. Love, stop, please.
This is so ridiculous. So basically, Noe Flake is like, yes, bitches, right before Christmas, bitch, I'm breaking up with you. Like, this is so insane, you guys. This is insane. I hope some of you are as intrigued as I am by this whole thing, because these people actually exist in the world. That's what I find it so fascinating. These people walk and live amongst us. Is absolutely insanity, pure insanity. And this is real. This is not something that somebody dreamt up. This is actual thing that happened to a couple of people.
Please, I'm sorry it's up, but hear me out. Dude, this is next level cringe. Noe Flake says, yeah, I am. I'm breaking up with you both. I need to go back to normal. I need to fix myself. I need to be okay. I need to not be so stressed all the time. Lady Diabolique says, please listen to us. Noe Flake says, I can't. I cannot do this. Lady Diabolique says, Haley, please don't do this. We can fix it. We are sorry. Noe Flake says, it's over. I do love you. What love is left there? It's so broken and shattered. This is so dramatic for Discord DMs. Lady Diabolique says, love, please. We can fix this. I'm coming to see you tomorrow. Noe Flake says, no, we can't. Lady Diabolique says, I can't even refund the hotel now. This reads like a fanfic, yeah. I can't even refund the hotel now. Please, give us the weekend. We can fix this. Acting like the much younger person's child, yeah. Getting spammed by alters in a group chat. Too crazy. Could never be me. Yeah. Lady Diabolique. I can't even refund the hotel now. Please, give us the weekend. We can fix this, please. We beg you. Talk to us. We overreacted. It was too much at once. Please, please. Noe Flake says, you didn't. You reacted like normal. I fucked up. I fucked up again and again and again and again. Lady Diabolique says, stop. It can be worked on. Please talk to us. Stop shutting us out. Noe Flake says, anytime we try, we just fuck up again. Lady Diabolique says, we love you. No, there have been dozens of successes. Noe Flake says, and hundreds of fuck-ups. Lady Diabolique says, not true. Stop. Please listen. I know you are upset. Noe Flake says, I'm more than upset. Diabolique says, but we can't lose you. Noe Flake says, I've been more than upset. Diabolique says, so have we, but you promised you would stay. You said you wanted us. Noe Flake says, I did. Diabolique says, and now you don't. Noe Flake says, I can't. Diabolique says, you can. You are just being scared. Noe Flake says, I can't do this for the rest of my life. Diabolique says, it will get better. Noe Flake says, I could barely do this for a couple of months. True. Imagine realizing that this person is like this all the time and all these requirements are on you. Realizing you can't do it. I could barely do this for a couple months. Diabolique.
And to be exact, Pappy's acting this way only knowing this person 3 months. Only in Discord. Never met each other in person, doing voice calls in Discord. Only 3 months. This is what Noe Flake chose to put up with. Nah, man. Nah.
Flake says, love, please. Noe Flake says, I'm shattering into pieces. Lady Diabolique says, try, listen. Noe Flake says, I've tried. Diabolique says, have you? Noe Flake says, repeatedly. Diabolique says, you posted shit from Amy. Noe Flake says, fuck off. Diabolique says, that isn't try. No, we love you and are fighting for this. Noe Flake says, it's over. Diabolique says, no, it isn't. Please, don't go. Love, please. Then she tweets this out. This Diabolique person. What is wrong with these people? I fucked it up. I fucked it up. I fucked it all up. Oh my God. I lost the girl I loved, and then it's like Noe Flake blocked her, I guess. 1221, Zena's involvement in the gaslighting of Noe Flake. Noe Flake says, I can't do it anymore, ZZ. I'm sorry. I can't let your relationship suffer either by waiting until you pulled the plug, so we're doing it. Zena says, what are you talking about? Noe Flake says, it's just over. I can't handle the relationship anymore. The 180 she does on...
So, as a reminder, Zena is the one that's always on the streams with Pappy. Zena lives with Pappy, so probably during this meltdown, Pappy probably went to Zena and cried about the whole thing. Now Zena's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Let me go in here and try to fix this situation for Pappy because I really don't want to hear about this nonsense.
Blue Sky is crazy too, yeah. Zena says, I understand that you're stressed. To address this stuff from above, as far as letting my relationship suffer, that's not really a choice you can make. Nor would I pull the plug. I've never advocated for that. Is there anything I can do? Everyone, myself included, was looking forward to our holiday with you. Noe Flake says, I don't think so. I'm so burned out and stressed out. I keep breaking. I don't think I can last until a therapist can try and fix me. After this, I don't know what amount of the trip could be salvaged. I don't think one trip can fix a loss of love and building resentment. Zena says, I think that there are ways you struggle, but you're not as broken as you think. We want you to have a therapist for your own sake too, so that you have support and help and someone to go to. Noe Flake says, I'm still going to try and get a therapist for my own sake. Zena says, as far as the rest, I think that's something to talk out. Noe Flake says, I don't think there's any more talking things out. Zena says, why not? Noe Flake says, I've been getting trauma responses from just talking to them and interacting with them more and more. Like, just the act of them sending me a message makes my hands tremble. How is this not older people taking advantage of a young woman who needs help? It is. It is absolutely that. We want you to have a therapist too, interestingly. Poppy happens to be a therapist, Jesus Christ. Okay, Zena replies.
You guys, can you imagine having Poppy as your therapist? Just picture that. Can you imagine having this person as your therapist? And the other thing I forgot to mention, apparently at one point, Zena was a licensed counselor. I don't know what kind of counselor she was licensed in before she went on disability. Of course, with the help of Poppy. Yeah, let that sink in.
Trauma coming up really hard in a new relationship is something that is pretty normal in new relationships. Do you think that Poppy typed this out? I wouldn't be surprised. That strong connection can remind the brain of past family stuff very easily. For flashbacks to occur, the brain only needs the tiniest vague reminder to start making associations. I have a feeling that a lot of extra past stress is getting mixed in with the present. Plus, you and Max are irreplaceable figures in our lives at this point. You both occupy so many different roles with the girls and myself too. Zena Bunny.
Okay, I just realized something. It might be confusing to some people. Max and Haley are all Noe Flakes, and Noe Flake was playing with different names as they go through that transition. So that's why we hear those two names being conflated, but they're all the same person. So just to clear that up, because I'm pretty sure some people will be like, "Who the hell is Max? Who the hell is Haley?" Haley, Max are all Noe Flake.
Asks, what are you scared of happening? Noe Flake says, I'm scared of talking to her at all. I'm scared of even more stress built coming up. I can't be with someone I'm terrified of. I've literally been told that if I hadn't broken up with Amy and Poppy killed herself, that it would be my fault. Poppy should not have a license. It's so concerning. Yeah. That line from Penny, Zena says, that line from Penny I thought was inappropriate, but even so, she still wants to be with you. Plus, I've been working with her on that front. But where does the fear lead? What are the actual ramifications? Is Zena Poppy? No, Zena is her partner. Zena's like the chick who's always next to her in every stream. Also, Zena is the one who seemed to have the most out for Spawn. I get scared all the time. I'm terrified. I was terrified this weekend. That is an emotion that can go off for any number of reasons. It does not automatically mean that a situation is bad. Who even knows? Only it sounds like pop. It is a lot of therapy language. That fear that I felt was able to be worked through and healed. It was a lot of my own stuff about being left out too. Poppy and the girls helped remind me about how much you care and have been telling me that you've been really working on communication.
And like the last commenter said in the stream that Star put up, like I said, Puppy Lessons Therapist, Zena, a counselor of some sort. So this is how they get people in the hook and confusing or try to confuse people. They do a lot of therapy talk to somebody without who's not realizing what's going on. You think, oh, maybe they're trying to help, but by the time you realize what's happening, you're already sucked in. It's too late, and you have to fight even harder to claw your way out of this situation. And these two are sick, for God's sake. I'm a little bit mad that they're not uploading as much. All they're doing is going back and cutting up some of the live streams and re-uploading them that way, because apparently there was some legal issues, and now they are listening for once to lawyers, by trying to stay offline for a minute until that whole law situation is taken care of. But yeah.
The fear went away, and now I'm really excited. Emotions can be worked through and healed. I know that the girls would want to be there to reassure you and help heal things too. Plus, there are tricks to help compartmentalize this stuff so the raw, intense emotions are easier to deal with and can be dealt with in a healthy way. Noe Flake says, I need my life back. I need to be able to have my other partners. I cannot be forced to spend 100% of my time and energy on the girls. Zena says, no one asked that of you though. Noe Flake says, but it's been passively demanded. Xena Bunny says, no, it hasn't. Noe Flake says, it really has. Anything involving other partners has been either to put an ultimatum or is such a triggering boundary that I can't even mention them. That was exactly what was asked, yeah.
And you guys, sorry for the buzzing, my phone. Like, I swear to God, every single time I'll go for hours doing my own thing, whatever, my phone will not make a sound. The moment I try to record shit, that's when everybody's like, yep, let's reach out to her. We got some shit to say. Like, it's ridiculous. But to what Star was saying, Zena is the biggest cock. Yes, I know that they're in poly, but I'm starting to doubt that. I think Zena is probably allowed to have one other partner or two at the most. Poppy is the only one who's allowed to have multiple extra partners, because Zena just sits there as a cock, and here she is trying to fight this battle for what's the face for Poppy. Like, make this shit make sense.
They want Noe Flake to themselves and themselves only. These crazy bitches, OMG, yeah. Zena Bunny says, I've been trying to get you to take space when you need it for months. The ask is just to give a heads up on hard topics. Like with the date, the ask was to be upfront last night, and that way Poppy would know to compartmentalize and could give you space to do your thing. Giving an accurate time would mean, and Zena's just taking part in the gaslighting here, Giving an accurate time would mean that you had plenty of time with Sora uninterrupted so you could be present with Sora. And the girls as a whole would give you space to do your thing. Noe Flake says I wasn't given space. They messaged me anyway. They always do. Zena Bunny says they panicked in true BPD fashion. But did they go to school together? I don't know. I don't think so. They just started dating like 4 years ago or something. Zena says they panicked in true BPD fashion, but all that happened was messages. You can mute them and tell them you'll talk when you're done. You can also hold your boundaries. Noe Flake says my boundaries get trampled over repeatedly. Zena Bunny says, did you tell them to stop messaging or mute them? Noe Flake says, I have before, then I just get guilt trip messages of them being sad and missing me and asking if we're okay. Zena Bunny says before, but not this time. And that isn't them trying to guilt trip. BPD literally changes how their brain functions and perceives things. It is hardwired.
I swear to God, these bitches and the fucking BPD, I'm so over this whole diagnosis of BPD. If I run to somebody in IRL and they tell me about the fucking BPD, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. I am so sick and tired of people using BPD as an excuse. Oh my God, that little 3-letter acronym, I swear to God, has pissed me off so much. And I'm not kidding you. If I hear somebody in my real life and they start talking about that BPD, I fear that I might end up punching somebody in the face. I mean, sorry, but not sorry. That's how I feel about these fucking diagnoses. Everybody's just collecting fucking diagnoses out of nowhere. It's driving me mad.
To think that they will be abandoned every second, even with me, and I've been with her for 6 to 7 years. Oh, they met 7 years ago. Okay. Zena has zero self-respect. Yeah, wild. This is embarrassing. Zena says again, those are emotions. You're not responsible for them. The thing with BPD, compared to regular people, is that the capability of the range of emotions is much larger than for others. This goes for all of them. Happy, sad, anger, all of them. Noe Flake replies, all they do is trigger all manner of trauma responses from me by doing things they can't help. Then Zena Bunny replies, what if the end result is that your trauma also can be seen and healed? All the parts where you're scared of others, where you are scared of yourself. Light can finally reach those places. You don't have to hide. It's a chance to truly unlearn the things that your past have taught you. When they say they miss you, it's because they care, not because they are trying to get you to do anything. If they wanted you to do something, they would just be direct. I think your past taught you to be fearful of anything passive. A lot of people can get a bit passive when they are scared too. It's not intentional. If anything, it is a sign that there is something to work on there. Noe Flake replies, I'm terrified and just shut down. It has been happening more and more often. I've been disassociating a lot too. I'm constantly drained to the point of burnt out. Zena says a lot of old stuff got unlocked. The weaponization of therapy speak is on full display here. Yeah, I agree. Noe Flake says I can't handle the responsibility of someone with BPD. I thought I could at first, but I had no idea what I was getting into. I looked things up. I really tried to know and to learn, but I cannot do this.
And so, do you guys understand why I named this video Coercion? This poor girl is getting double teamed by these two lunatics because the main one, the head bitch in charge, Pappy, sees Snowflake as a prize. She must conquer this person. And Zena being Zena, lumping a lock over there, you know, of course she's going to do what Pappy wants because Zena had to keep a roof over her head. Let's be so fucking for real. Zena cannot afford to be out on her own. So Zena has to obey but what Pappy wants. That's the end of it. That's pretty much what it is. And one thing in listening to this I'm interested in, I'm imagining if Pappy dumped Zena, this shit is going to end up being like World War 5 because I cannot imagine of the shit that Zena's going to be coming out and accusing Pappy of. But her one miscalculation is going to be that, honey, nobody's going to give a fuck. Unfortunately for you, Zena, nobody is going to give a fuck. But we'll be here watching it all go down. We'll be reporting on it. I found myself this little niche to cover, along with my other people that I like to cover. But Zena, this shit is not going to go well for you. So I hope you and Pappy, for the sake of the world, stay with each other for eternity because nobody needs both of you to be unleashed to the rest of the world full time. Like, honestly.
Zena says, But then we talk about ways to deal with that and make plans for you to take personal care space. There have absolutely been times where the girls encourage you to take care of yourself and get sleep. Do you really think that you're doing that badly? Because I can tell you, you're not doing badly at all at the BPD stuff. Noe Flake says, I'm putting entirely too much of myself into one relationship that parts of my life are suffering because I've been trying so hard to make it work. Zena says that can be addressed with some scheduling and planning. It happens and like where we get sucked into a new relationship and then sometimes you have to readjust the balance again. A new relationship does take a lot of work. It's true, but it's not a forever thing. Plus, aren't we pretty sure that you have BPD too? Are they diagnosing this person over the internet for real? There's probably something in your psychology that makes separating from partners really hard. You fight me on this all the time, you silly. Noe Flake says, no idea. Poppy was always back and forth on how I can have it, but not express these symptoms properly. She also said BPD and autism are opposites, yet I seem to have both.
Again, a licensed therapist out here handing out diagnoses to people they've never met, never seen, for their own benefits, never a client. You understand what I'm saying? These people are dangerous. Like, you're willing to manipulate and do and say anything with what you learned with your degree to manipulate people into doing exactly what you want. And then, but when people come up to clarity and understand, when they understand what's going on or what happened, you get pissed off because shit didn't work out your way. I'm sorry, Poppy should not be allowed to keep their license. And I know they spend a lot of money, a lot of time to get the degree that they have, but they should not be allowed to be near anybody and diagnosing or giving therapy to anybody. This is sick.
Zena says, you express them quietly, but we have assessments you can take. Noe Flake says, I can easily not respond to a partner for hours and hours. I just couldn't handle the sad puppy messages I would get from Poppy. Zena says, there's ways to compartmentalize that. I've been trying to teach the girls how I compartmentalize too. I can teach you. Noe Flake says, it really doesn't matter anymore now. Zena says, do you think anything would happen if you didn't get to those messages right away? Noe Flake says, yes. Zena says, okay, like what? Noe Flake says, she talks like it's the end of the world, talks about how I must be mad at her. She kept posting crying emojis like that constantly to a point where I just became numb to it. Zena says, okay, she has emotions. Noe Flake says she does. Zena says, but then after that, it's making up and reconnecting. Oh my God, this is so much. Noe Flake says, my desire to reconnect is basically gone. Making up doesn't even sound appealing. It's just going back to more stress. Zena says, honestly, things have been even less stressful here. Her reactions even better regulated. I think a lot of this is you figuring out you fit and how you take space and you work. For example, she couldn't even plan her own bottom surgery, hardly. But this trip, she has started early, planned, and is asking me questions to make sure that things are as comfy as possible with both of us. Her therapist on Wednesday gave us a few things to watch out for with BPD and some Poppy internal narratives about her self-worth. Like, there's a very real movement happening. Some big stuff is actually able to move because of the work that you two do together. It sounds to me like you need reassurance about it being okay to take some space away, even if Poppy is having reactions or big emotions. Poppy is okay. And
I mean, you guys, I have to say thank you to Star here from Stardust Lost Media. She's a saint for reading through this. Altogether, I think she went through almost 12 hours, not including this, of more document dumps on this show. I don't think I'm gonna cover all of them. I might be playing choosy with what I want to cover, but she read all of them. She's an angel going through all of these, but no, I wasn't gonna be that committed. But thank you to Star. And I'll be linking the channel, and please go check out the channel, and she has other great content aside from this. I just wanted to say that. Anyways, let's continue.
And we'll be okay if you do take space. I know because she's done this for me, and she really cares about you too. You and Max are really major figures in our lives. I would hate to lose you both like this. You're a friend and lover and mate and partner and parent to my closest family. Geez, that's a lot of roles for one person to fill. I know it's rough, but true. Chosen families working together to grow and learn. I figure there's a lot to think about here. Noe Flake says, I just don't know. Zena Bunny says, I believe in you. I really do. Noe Flake says, I don't. I mean, I believe in me. I don't believe in this. Well, it sounds like Noe Flake really doesn't want to be in this relationship. Zena says, that's okay, but it's also not a permanent state. Noe Flake says, and if it is, these people will do anything to find someone to come do the dishes. Jesus Christ, dude. Zena says, you and Poppy have very real mental health issues, but nothing is ever permanent. People do make improvements and work through things. There's a reason Poppy is a counselor. She gets to help people with that journey every day. Noe Flake says, I just really don't know. I'm not even upset after breaking up with her, just kind of disappointed. Yeah. Zena says, nods, I think it's okay not to know. That sounds like the emotions are not hitting right away to me. You know that we literally planned our Christmas around you, right? Like, we've never done that with another person, ever. Noe Flake says, I know. And after all this, Poppy accuses the kid of unbelievable. Yeah, it's crazy. Zena says, I keep seeing the same piece of personal work pop up whenever you have major issues like this. I honestly think that piece hasn't been resolved and worked through yet. There's this pattern that keeps playing out. Have you been noticing that too? I realize it's probably sleep time for you. I guess I'm not sure what to do. For us, we would be going to bed earlier than usual and getting on the road. We still have the hotel reservations, and I'm not sure what to do with those. Noe Flake says, I don't know, but the longer this relationship goes on, the more I resent her. My gut tells me to get away from this. I wanted this week.
And there it goes again with No Flake. She's saying, my gut is telling me this is not a good idea. I mean, also remember, No Flake was like what? On 23, 24. And Poppy at this point was like around like what? 42, 43. There's already a little bit of life experience and a little bit of power imbalance. And then on top of that, you have Poppy with the therapist degree, knowing how to manipulate people. So there was already a lot of power imbalance. And I mean, I'm pretty sure not looking back, No Flake will probably be saying like, shit, I should have just blocked those people, changed my number and called it a day. But that's not what happened. It is what it is. But yeah, there's definitely huge power imbalance on play here.
Again, I wanted this relationship. I tried really hard, but nothing was ever good enough for longer than a few hours or a day. I don't need constant reassurance. I just need to feel like I'm not an emotional punching bag. Zena says, both you and Poppy have a lot of trauma. You both have massive effects on each other. There's also a kid that you agreed to be a parent to. Bro, you've got to be kidding me. They're actually going to treat one of Poppy's alters as like a literal kid, a literal child. Raps Chick says, whoa.
And keep in mind, No Flake never said, oh yeah, this is my kid. No, this 12-year-old alter popped out of nowhere because Pappy realized that No Flake was begging or trying to back away and walk away from these two. And that's how the child alter came about. So now we're saying that she adopted another fake personality that Pappy came up with to furthermore cause No Flake for this meetup. This is sick, you guys. This is absolutely sick.
They said the person desperately trying to break up with him. No, Pepper is totally perfect and fine. I just can't handle 2 out of 4 of them. Zena says, but Haley, you blocked everyone essentially. The exact thing that Pepper was afraid of, which cuts her off from you. She came out of work scared and crying. She was crying last night too. In fact, she's been freaking out way more than anyone else lately. I'm sorry that you've been feeling so rough, but there are skills to help with this. Things really have been more stable. Poppy had a black split today. I don't know what that means. That's all. They suck, but they do go away. And the most that happened was a lot of emotional vomit. You also have your black splits, and they suck too, be on this end with. But we work through it. We try to address it the best we can and then move on. You're so close to actually getting to see us in person as real people. Sorry, got to hang out with a girl I really like. Now got to dive into the insanity. LOL. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Noe Flake says, I've been steadily getting more and more unstable. I've been splitting constantly. How do I stay in a relationship that I'm growing to hate? I love Pepper. I do. Says, if you truly hate it, there's nothing I can do. Noe Flake says she's amazing. Zena says, but she's part of Poppy. Noe Flake says she is. Zena says, there are things worth fighting for. Worth working through the stress, gaining skills so it's easier doing personal work for. There's a lot here worth fighting for. I genuinely believe Poppy and Penny and Pepper and Peppermint. Why are they all named with a P? And even Sentinel. Oh, okay, Sentinel. And me too. I believe that we are worth it. We are worth fighting through all of the past fear that comes up, and we are worth growing and learning for. Dude, just let her go. We come with genuine family and a lot of love. Just let Noe Flake be. Just leave her alone. I ask that you take some time to think things through genuinely. Even in my life, there is room being made for you. Let us know by 10 p.m. if we are not driving out in the morning. If you want more time to think on the relationship, separate from the trip, that's still an option. Not the anime monologue. I know. Mind you, the Zena woman pushes Noe and promises Noe is going to be all right if they let Poppy sleep with them, then joins in on calling Noe a rapist when Noe still dumps Poppy. That is so up. Noe Flake says, how does anyone even have a remotely enjoyable time after this on the trip? Zena says, the goal is to get time to see you as a person, and you'd be surprised. Noe Flake says, what if the trip happens and then it's for nothing? Zena says, so what? At least we tried. We just want to see you. Noe Flake says, okay, I'm just terrified. Zena says, I know. Noe Flake says, I don't think this trip will change anything for me. Dude, she is trying so hard to tell them I'm not into this. Zena says,
Exactly, teardrop. This is coercion at its finest. This is manipulation at work, and we see it. Well, it's not really in real time. We see it how it played out. This is sick.
I think you grew up with some really toxic people that never wanted to get better, and I would bet they would just use situations to their advantage instead of trying to work towards something better. That isn't Poppy. She literally does this kind of therapy that is equivalent to speed running in video games. She always has done her best to keep trying and keep working. She's making huge strides here too to help balance things and make sure that there's room for both of us. The girls are all part of that effort together. Everyone, myself included, genuinely want a chance to get to know you, all of you. It's up to you if you want to try. It really is your choice. I know it would have been pretty hard, and hindsight is 2020, but Noe Flake should have blocked them when those two started the group chat gang up on her. Yeah. See, they're pressuring and promising things are going to be okay, but it's a big trap. No, we didn't deserve this. I agree. They pushed her into trying this, and then they accused her of the deception. Yeah. No, Flake.
Yes, they ended up accusing No Flake of rape by deception, even though going through this wall of text, coercion, manipulation. No Flake really does not want to meet these people. She really tried to wiggle her way out of this. But it's unfortunate what happened. It's unfortunate.
Says if I give this trip a chance and it changes nothing for me, that will only make it worse. Nothing can get worse from here. This is before they slander Noe Flake for being a rapist. Yeah. Zena says, what am I even arguing with here? Nothing can get worse from here. Noe Flake says, I mean, if I give her hope from this trip and nothing changes, how can they not make it worse? Oh my God. All of this, why does she write paragraphs upon paragraphs upon paragraphs? Zena Bunny says, there's a lot of emotional prep work that was done for this. Our therapist did her therapy magic. And the girls and I have been preparing for this too, like extensively. They even came into the craft store with us during the holiday rush to get stuff to make with you. Like Poppy hates a massive amount of people. Seeing people in person tends to take a lot of the excess noise/anxiety that can come up when all your brain has to go over text. If the trip goes well, cool, we hang out. You hang out as much as you want. If it doesn't, you go home and do whatever you want, and we just keep hanging at the hotel the rest of the time. And that's that. For all of us, I know that we would much rather know that we at least tried. I do want to try. I've come this far already. I hopped on board this entire train too. I know how much.
And heads up, after, I don't know how this went on. After Noe and Pappy hook up, do the deed. I don't know if Zena was in the room watching this whole thing go down. I don't know if she waited in the lobby. After the whole thing went down, no Flake looked at Poppy said, yep, I still don't feel anything. I'm out of here. Zena and Poppy stayed in a hotel for an additional 7 hours, trashing Noe for dumping Poppy. 7 hours after the fact. Just trashing her, even though she told him from the get-go, I'm asexual. Sex is not very important to me. I have to feel you as a person, and they convinced her to meet them as a person, to get them to know them as a person. Still didn't like what she saw, and said, "Yep, my feelings did not change. I'm out of here." And they still continued and proceeded to trash them. So stayed 7 extra hours in the hotel room before they took off and went home. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a reminder on that one.
The girls love you and want to work to make things better and bring joy and connection to you too. They genuinely want to be happy to and want to work with you so you feel empowered in your life and happy too. I just don't say a whole lot because I've done this process with them and I want you to be able to do this process in your own way. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Zena says, oh, sorry, Deep Sea Monster. Zena, nothing can get worse from here. Also, Zena and Poppy. Paul's know you're a rapist. We're still dumping Poppy after they got what they wanted out of her. Yeah. Zena says, okay, it's entirely your choice. I just want to be clear on that. How do you want me to handle things from here? Oh God, Noe Flake gives in. Noe Flake says, I ... don't know. We can try the trip. I'm really, really tired and worn out. Just reading is making me tired. I can't even imagine trying to juggle this person in your life. Zena says, go sleep. Noe Flake says, yeah. Zena says, check in when you're awake again. I'll get us ready here. We still need to finish packing. Noe Flake says, okay, 9:30 a.m. minus 4:30 p.m. equals 7 hours. Wait, what is this? When did this conversation start? Dude, this is a conversation. 1:02 p.m. and the conversation ends at like 4:27 p.m. 12:21 night. Isn't this called rape by pressure? Coercion? I forgot the word. The goal is probably to tire the person out. Well, it works. They just hammered this poor girl until she gave in. Yeah. 12:21 night. Lady Diabolique. Good morning, darling. Noe Flake says good morning. Diabolique says, thank you for re-adding me. I don't know why you did, but thank you. I don't know if this is appropriate, but I love you, and I'm sorry for me. Noe Flake says, I'm sorry for me too. Diabolique says, apology accepted. Do you still want me? Noe Flake says, I don't know what to think right now. Diabolique says, that makes sense. It is okay. I still want you. I love you, just so you know. Me too. Noe Flake says, I know. Offers a hug to Pepper. I'm sorry for me, kiddo. Diabolique runs over for hugs. I love you, and you can't go. You scared me, but I accept your apology. Squeezes you tightly, hugs you tightly. Diabolique says, Mom, are you okay? Noe Flake says, no. Diabolique says, I'm sorry, hugs again, can I help? Noe Flake says, I don't know, sorry, little spider. I'm not gonna read this RP out, okay? It's so cringe. It's so cringe. I can't. Not the nuzzle uwu. It's so bad, dude. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading that part out. I could pet you. I don't know what happened today, but I will try to fix it. Holy online, what the I agree with you. You have to read it. Star, you have to I'm not reading that. I can't keep reading these italics things. I could pet you. I don't know what happened today, but I will try to fix it. Mom, it will be okay. Mistakes happen. We'll figure it out. I just got here. What is she reading? Oh, boss it. You have no idea the levels of mental illness that this is. Star Red Christian, I can believe her. I believe in her. Dude, God, it's so tiring. Okay. Kind of hard to follow the story without hearing these missing parts. You guys are assholes, okay? You guys says, hugs you and kisses your lips with a peck. I could pet you. I don't know what happened today, but I will try to fix it. Mom, it will be okay. Mistakes happen. We will figure it out. Noe Flake says,
You guys, even I was getting tired of editing this. I was going to cut out this part, but then it hit me like I heard it. You guys didn't hear it. I realized I must let you guys hear it, the level of insanity, how insane this thing is, and the level of cringe and insanity. So, okay, we're gonna suffer through this. We're almost through it together. So you see why I was so drawn to this insane drama. It's a nonsense drama. It's insane. Well, it's not nonsense because they falsely accuse somebody of rape. But yeah, this is insanity.
yeah. Diabolique says, you are our family, and even if we crack a little, we can still fix it. Love is the glue. Oh, God. Disgusting. Love is the glue. So gross. Okay. We are all broken, but we crack and fix each other until it becomes something beautiful. Plus, you get hugs tomorrow. Included Zena conversation. Zena says, hi, wanted to check in with you. We already know what the glue is. They were tweeting about it earlier. God damn it, Eli, please. Please. Included Zena conversation. Hi, I wanted to check in with you. Noe Flake, I'm not great managing. What, do you guys want me to do different voices for each character now too? You want me to do a baby voice for the baby? Flake says, I'm not great managing. Zena says, nods. Try to take it easy on you. Remember to use your breathing if things start feeling like a lot. You can help your body calm itself that way. You still cool meeting up this weekend? Noe Flake says, yeah. Max is trying to hold everything together. Zena says, got it. Thanks for checking in. Noe Flake says, of course. Zena says, also, it's okay to not respond or tell Penelope that you need to stop messaging back while you're at work. I'm just giving the reminder because I know that everyone is anxious or scared, but we do want you to have a day as possible at work. Noe Flake says, I'm simply some combination of Max and Haley. I don't know what to feel or if I do right now. But Zena says, then my suggestion would be to focus on you. Listen to calming stuff while you work. Try to be intentional with your breathing. Between tasks, do this, or after moving something, do this. Big, long, slow breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Doing that about 3 to 5 times is especially helpful. Remember that you're safe and cared for, and that this will pass. Noe Flake says, I hope so. I do, yeah. Back to Poppy conversation. Okay. This is legit 2 versus 1, and the end goal is to force Noe to sleep with them. I mean, if we believe what Poppy says about herself, it's like 8 versus 1. Obviously, I don't believe it, but...
And honestly, all jokes aside, this is actually sad to watch. It's really sad to watch. It's like having 2 trained professionals against one person who's not trained in the same profession. Is really, really sad to watch.
Noe says, I do, yeah, I guess in response to something that Poppy said. Okay, Diabolique says, if you want them, that is. You don't have to hug us, just to be clear. I just love you, so does Penny and Poppy. Okay, I have to do the baby voice for this, right? Miss Haley, if we're being a nuisance, please let us know. We could go if you like. Noe Flake says, we are driving. Diabolique says, understood, Miss Haley. My apologies. Looks down with troubled face. Sits down far away, just giving space. I hate this. Hugs mom, unsure of what to do. Noe Flake hugs back. The cringe actually hurts. Thank you for the $1.99, okay? I am not doing this for free, okay? I just died. I'm embarrassment. I hate you guys. I really do. Miss, is there anything I can do to help? Otherwise, I can focus on packing. Noe Flake says, please focus on packing. So you still want us to come there, miss? Noe Flake says, yes. As you wish, miss. Curtsy. Diabolique looks up a bit confused, but looks down again. Noe Flake sits beside Poppy and leans against her. Please never use a baby voice again. This is the greatest stream ever, please. End me, bruh. Okay, Diabolique leans next to Haley. I don't know how to feel. Should I apologize? Be upset?
Listen, I love my anime. I'm a die-hard anime fan, but these lunatics are taking this way too far. They're taking this shit way too far. It's entertaining, but it's like, Jesus.
Or just be happy that you were even interacting with me? I never thought I would hear from you again. ... Rubs eyes that are red from crying. Oh my god, dude. Leans over and kisses your cheek. Noe Flake says, I'm ... we're ... some combination of Max and Haley right now. Everything is jumbled and difficult. She says her alters are always aware, even with Poppy banging their moms. I guess. Okay, all this is guilt tripping, love bombing, and pressuring. It is. Diabolique says, I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going to happen, but I might be skittish around Max for a while. I have to drive Bunny down to my friends to watch her. I need to take pain meds because my head hurts and my eyes hurt. Noe Flake says, I don't know what will happen either. Diabolique says, I know what I want to happen. I love you with all my heart, and I want you in my life. Today has been so hard. I'm so sorry. Noe Flake says, it has. All of this over meeting a person? Yeah. Kamikaze says, I'd say these people need a life, but if this was my life, I'd apply for a maid. God, Jesus Christ. Why is Poppy acting like the top right now? Okay, so the baby self has gone away, or whatever, her kid self has gone away, and now her normal Poppy alter is there or whatever, okay? Apparently, one of Poppy's kinks is so this banging their mom is on brand. Oh, so Christian 2.0. And this whole thing was because of a goddamn tweet Poppy still managed to get Noe to take down. She finally got what she wanted in the end. This had to go on for hours if not days. Jesus Christ. I hate it here. Oh my god. Crazy people. Crazy people. Okay, Diabolique says, do you even love me at all? Or is it all just gone and just resentment now? I will do anything I can to get you. I just need to know there's something. Noe Flake says, I don't know. Everything is just in pain right now. Diabolique says, looks down. I can understand that. I feel like everything got weird. Felt so angry, and now I just want to apologize. I'm sorry. For me. I wish I could be the partner you deserved. Starts crying again. Why did you come lean next to me? Noe Flake says, you needed comfort. I'm sorry that we aren't much right now. Watch. Poppy will ask soon about the tweet and ask to take it down. Prudensity redeemed Hydrate 1000. I have a ginger ale, so I'm going to hydrate myself with a ginger ale, okay? What the fuck happened to the baby voice? The baby altar is gone. The baby altar is not there right now. When the baby altar comes back, I will, whatever, okay? I'll do it, okay? I think Peppermint or Pepper, one of those is a baby or a child or whatever. I don't know. Teenager. Noe Flake says, you needed comfort. I'm sorry that we aren't much right now. Diabolique says, sorry. I'm not trying to be paranoid. I do need comfort, and any amount is good. I just wish under all that pain, I know if you still love me. Or if it's just pity at this point. Noe Flake says, it's not pity. Diabolique says, then what is it? Noe Flake says, we still care. Diabolique says, I'm glad you do. I keep oscillating between feeling like I was justified and I'm a monster. Noe Flake says, you are not a monster. Diabolique says, aren't I? Noe Flake says, no. Diabolique says, I don't know how. All I do is cause pain. I'm sorry I came in and f***ed up your life. I'll come there this weekend and try to make it up to you as best as I can. Please don't throw me away. Chick says, I don't... Diabolique says, sorry. Sorry, myself seems to care and upset you. I would be anything just not to be abandoned by you. I really would move heaven and earth for you. I love you that much. Even after today, I didn't want you to go. I didn't hate you. I can't. It isn't possible. It's like the cringe fair has come to town. Noe Flake says, I don't hate you. Diabolique says, it felt like it earlier. I'm going to be driving for a bit, so we can take Bun down to Wednesday's house. I love you and I hope you still love me. Then this is 40 minutes later. I love you. I missed you. Leans into you. I really can't wait to see you. Even after all this, I just want to see your face. Please, just say something to me. This is who you're getting pressured by the way. Noe Flake says, I don't know what to say. Lady Diabolique says, do you want to see me tomorrow? Noe Flake says, yes. Diabolique says, do you still care for me? Noe Flake says, I still care about you. Do you still love me at all? Lays head on your shoulder. Noe Flake says, I don't know what I feel. Diabolique presses face into you. Oh, but you don't hate me. Noe Flake says, no. Diabolique says, is it okay if you want? It is okay if you want to. I probably deserve it. No, he sounds so defeated here. It's horrible. Yeah. Nasty. Love bombing. Yeah. I put on my robe and wizard. Okay. Lady Diabolique says, just If it turns out you don't want me, please don't side with Mylena. Max. That is hard to believe. I don't even know how I feel about you from earlier. I'm not saying that aggressively. I legitimately don't know. You scared me. I thought you wanted to hurt me. Damn, this goes on for a while. Yeah, I hate this. It's an episode of All My Children. Oh my god. No Flake. Nobody wanted to hurt you. Diabolique. I know, but you still scared me. I don't know what to do with that. No Flake. We don't know what to do either. Diabolique. But I also know you are needed. Just ... Please don't hurt her. I know you don't have emotions, but I do. Noe Flake says they can't hurt me. Diabolique says, but you can hurt me. I'm not worried about me hurting you. I'm worried about you destroying me. I'm not trying to cause conflict. Noe legit said she doesn't love Poppy, and Poppy still thinks I'm still gonna sleep with this woman, and then acts shocked. Noe sticks to her guns. This, all my dysfunctional Discord alt children. So true. Noe Flake says, I don't see a conflict. Lady Diabolique. I just needed to speak to that. Penny is too scared to front anymore. Noe Flake says, we are sorry for our part. Diabolique, I appreciate that. I do not know about her. She has been silent. Noe Flake, I hope she recovers. She is very sweet and loving. Diabolique says, Babu was until you re-added us. She was trying to fix everything. Trying to control her angry. I haven't seen her like this. I love you.
Okay, you guys. So that's the level of cringe I can handle. You got the gist. So this little anime cringe play thing that doing to be on Netflix good side so she wouldn't cancel on them. It goes on for a bit. I can't take it anymore. I'm sorry, I can't take it anymore. But you got a little bit of the taste of the kind of nonsense that they were doing. And you guys were really not missing that much out of the cringe fest. I mean, it was cringy before, but the last 7 minutes is the same. It's the same as the last 5 minutes of the cringe fest. You know, love by me, blah blah blah. And No Flag ended up agreeing to meet them in a hotel. And so I believe the next video we're gonna be going into the full-blown madness. I'm not sure I'm gonna name that video yet, of the fallout. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. That's what I can muster of this one. Hey, I did pretty good. It's over an hour. Jesus. But anyways, you guys, I will catch you in the next video. Later. Bye bye.